Samson, first and foremost, I would want to say good morning to your cherished viewers and my colleagues in the studio and other persons on the other line. I think that this is a very welcoming news from His Excellency the President, despite the fact that we have had several criticisms which are very legitimate, that this should have been done very earlier. However, there is a saying that better late than never, and it is better to be late than to be called the late. I believe the introduction by His Excellency the President to his government currently will help to transform and put more energies in this particular sector or sectors that have been identified, and they will contribute their quota. Looking at the expertise that they are going to bring on and looking at their ages, their youthful exuberance, who will contribute their quota in terms of work effectiveness and work efficiency. Certain gaps perhaps might have been identified by His Excellency the President, and he feels that no matter the time limit that is left for him to leave power, as a person, he still needs these energies to contribute to the development of Ghana. We share in the views of the people of Ghana, we share in the view of the media, we share in the views of the civil society, and that is why the General Secretary of our party, my boss, just indicated that when we were having our Thanksgiving service, that His Excellency the President should take some time off, rethink about the people that work in his government, to re-inject more energy that will help to propel the good fortunes of the party as well as government. And at this juncture, we are happy that His Excellency has listened to the calls of the New Patriotic Party's General Secretary. However, we are also still calling on those who think that they are very tired and cannot contribute much to the fortunes of the party and government, can also voluntarily resign so that people that will be able to access will be appointed to those particular positions. I don't think that 9 months, 8 months, or which month cannot make a positive decision. In football, we do changes even 3 minutes to time, 5 minutes to time, and such persons come in and change the dynamism of politics. And we welcome the news by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has promised that if he's given the opportunity to be president, he will cut the number to 50 ministers and deputy ministers in total. John Mahama is proposing 60. Some say we can do far less. We can actually do, according to Che Mensa Bonsu, a lot less. Some say we can do with 20. Is this not the time the president should have listened to the cries of Ghanaians? And if you say media, media simply mirrors, reflects the society. Is it not the time to do that? What's the value of the reshuffle if it does not lead to a downsizing of the government in a country in austerity?
This is a valid call. However, every leader and the way, manner, or the factor in which he wants to handle or solve a problem. His Excellency the Vice President, should he become President of the Republic of Ghana, has professed a solution of 50 ministers. The current sitting president, considering the issues that are before him and the kind of solutions that he needs, he thinks, based on his leadership qualities, needs this number of ministers to be able to run the administration. We can't obviously fault him for his own decisions, but we can question how these things are done, and that is why we are in a democracy. But if you look at the solutions that the Vice President professed, he looked at sector by sector and also indicated his contribution to these sectors. And by the time that he assumed the role as the President of the Republic of Ghana, certain ministries has to be merged, certain departments has to be merged, and for him to be able to have the 50 ministries. Let's remember, His Excellency the Vice President's role now is to assist, not to insist. And when he is given the opportunity per the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, he will have the opportunity to insist. And when he has so, he will be able to make sure that tentatively he identifies which department or ministry can contribute to the vision that he has for the people of Ghana.
Effectively, the Vice President's number of 50 is one of the biggest criticisms he can make of the current regime, despite the fact that when the president appointed 126, you defended it. He's hanging at 86, you are defending it. This criticism ought to tell you that you are not listening to the people.
Something. I don't think it's a criticism. When you offer solutions different from somebody's solution, doesn't necessarily mean that you are criticizing the person.
You don't change what is good.
You are looking at it from a different point of view. Something, remember, when you are at a far distance and somebody is also closer to a certain object, and you are all giving solutions to that object, it depends upon where you stand. Perhaps where you are standing will give you a different direction as to how you are going to solve it. At this particular instance, the Vice President says that considering the impact of the economy, considering the governance structure, considering the opportunity that will be given him in 2025, he needs 50 numbers of ministers to be able to work through.
Ghana's population would be increasing. It will not be decreasing, correct?
Sure, it will be increasing.
The problems that you say Akufo-Addo is, bedeviled with in terms of governance will not have vanished. The problems that the president used to justify 126 have not left us. They have, if anything at all, worsened. And yet he's working with 86. So how do you continue this justification in the face of what the demand of the overwhelming people of Ghanaians is?
I think that, yes, I agree that the population of the people of Ghana will increase, considering the impact and what the Excellency the President wants to achieve. Remember, Akufo-Addo is a leader on his own. Bawumia will be a leader on his own. He is saying that considering what I'll be taking over, remember, he's part of this particular administration. He knows the number of things that are being done to change the portions of the people of Ghana and the living standard. So he is saying that at the time that he will be taking over as President of the Republic, the Ghanaian people give him the opportunity. He will need less a number of ministers to do so. And we have all, as Ghanaians, have profiled a number of mergers. If they are merged, it will be able to be done. And definitely, if he comes into office, it is not just that it is only the ministers that will be working. There are technocrats in several departments. All these departments that are established and the ministers are working. There will be different work schedules that will be given to people that will be working through to make sure that we have work efficiency and work effectiveness. So, as leaders on their own, they are also proffering solutions to this particular problem. And I don't think that it is a criticism. It is a divine intervention by way of a victim of a leader who thinks that this is the way I want to go about it. But as a leader in Akufo-Addo, he thinks that he wants to have this number of ministers. Something, you are a lawyer. There has not been any cap in the number of ministers to be appointed. And that has been something that is also affecting the way in manner presidents come and they increase the number of ministers, despite the fact that it is stated that majority of the ministers should come from parliament. But there is no any indication of any limitation. And that is sometimes one of the causes of which the numbers go up. We are very happy that now that leaders that are coming out to be elected as president are giving us scientific numbers that can be measured against their leadership when they are given the opportunity. So I would well march on the next leaders that we are going to look out for. This will be solving the problems of the people of Ghana questioning the leadership currently. So I'm happy, and I know you are also happy, that considering the calling of the people of Ghana to limit the number or reduce the number, leadership has already taken those steps. And those steps are being mentioned, and people will judge them based on the numbers that they have given. And I think that the best thing that we all looking at for is to get a person that will be able to represent us and be able to live up to his own work. And Dr. Bawumia will be able to live up to his own promise.
Okay, thank you. But